morning, everybody. It's Sam with Exeter Area Chamber of Commerce, and I want to welcome you to today's episode of Mobile Member Spotlight. This episode is brought to you by Newburyport Bank. Journey well. If you're interested in sponsoring a quarter of Mobile Member Spotlight as well, let me know. Reach out to the office, and we will get started. So today, I am here at Eastern Propane with Cider Berry, Community Relations Director. Welcome, Cider. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for coming up here from Exeter up here to our establishment. I'm more than glad to try to help you fill in the blanks and see what's going on.
All right. Are you ready to get started?
Sure. We'll try it.
Got you. So tell me, what makes this business, Eastern Propane, unique and different from the competition?
Well, in answering that question, there's many ways I could answer it, but I want to start out by saying I think it's the respect the family has for their employees. It's a family-owned business, and the respect that they have for their employees. If somebody was sick or somebody's dog is sick, the owner is and the family is just so good about how they treat their employees. Some of the other factors that makes Eastern a little aside of other companies is we have a 24/7 that, so if you're a customer and you have no heat at 2 o'clock in the morning, you call up and you get a live person that pulls just your customer right up on the screen. Can tell you when's the last time you had a delivery, last time you had a service call. You're talking to a live person, and we'll have somebody out to your place within an hour or so. And then the third thing is like how much the owner and the family believe in getting involved in the community. Way back when I first started this, Chuck, the owner, said, go out to the communities, the people that do business with us, support them. And that's what Nate, our friend, does, and our marketing crew does. If you see us everywhere we go, we're in every division. One of our trucks, we got 5 trucks for veterans count out there.
Oh, wow.
There's a little secret behind that. We can discuss that later, what that does out there for our veterans. But the involvement in giving back and supporting the Little League, the veterans, I mean, it just goes on and on. It's amazing. It makes you happy to come to work.
So tell me, what made you start in this business, Eastern specifically? Did they have a reputation already, or?
Well, I can go back and say I didn't start this business, but I had my own business.
Oh, okay.
I had an Easy Fuel oil company. I was in it for, I guess, 7 years or whatever. And I was thinking about retiring or whatever, but I knew what Eastern did for the communities involved and how they involved, and I didn't want to quit. So I sold out to Eastern, and that was 27 years ago. And I thought I was going to work 4 or 5 years and go home, and I love every bit of it.
Talk to me about your most memorable customer story to date.
I think one of the things that highlight in my eyes is Nate invited me to go down to a hometown hero in Hampton.
Okay.
To the veteran down there that we support. And this veteran had hard times, and he was fighting cancer, lost his job, and the family, the mother and the daughter was there and stuff. And so we went down to a program we have that we support these vets and give them free fuel for the year. We went down there, and Nate asked me to go down because I'm a vet and I could talk to the vet. Well, it was emotional because here's a young man that was going through in his family. They were having hard times.
Wow.
And then when we had the guy out there filling his tank, and we stood on the deck, and Nate said to him, he goes, the bill committee goes, oh Lord, my gosh, for the rest of the year. That takes away from everything. I mean, how can you go any better than that?
You cannot. That gives me all the feels.
Yeah,
and
it makes me
teary-eyed. I know. We're on camera. This is bad. No, just kidding.
The veteran count trucks, the whole thing behind this, we got 5 out there in the surrounding area in 17 different districts. Every gallon pumped out of that truck, a penny goes to veterans count. Now we got 5 trucks all year long.
Okay.
somewhere in the last 6 or 7 years, it's been between $28,000 to $30,000 that we've donated to the Veterans Count.
Wow.
That's what Eastern does.
That's
what
incredible.
makes Cider come to work.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell yourself right before you joined Eastern Propane?
Well, I'd probably say the reason I got into the oil business because, first of all, I was out of work. But secondly, I want to get into something that I could help people and get out there and get involved in the community. And so then when I sold to Chuck, Eastern Propane, he said to me, we do a lot in the communities, but, checks and stuff, we don't have a face out there to go. He goes, so why don't you go out there and get involved?
Yeah.
And so what I did, I got involved in the chambers and stuff. And going around, and like Nate does now, our marketing committee goes out to, like he did with the beer and stuff like that. It's just the involvement in what we do in the community. And we sponsor locally, and if we have an employees involved in something, we back them. It's just so family oriented, just to help the communities. It's what I love.
All right, let's talk about not work for a second. What's your local go-to spot?
Well, my work and my go-to is golf. I do a lot of golf. We support a lot of chambers, nonprofits, and different organizations in golf to raise money. So all our districts are involved. So
cool.
The golf tournaments come to me, and then I take, like, our division over on the Hudson office. I have somebody over there playing and stuff. So we're involved in probably 40 tournaments a year.
Oh my gosh. So the last question I have for you is, what is the best advice that you like to give or that you have received?
Well, I guess what I tell the salespeople and whatever, my advice is try to listen to the customer, because every customer is different. They're not all the same. So you listen to the customer, and then maybe you can go the way they're thinking and try to help them and what their needs are. So I say, listen, and I think it will help you a long way. Excellent.
Well, that is great advice. Okay, we're going to switch gears now. This is called a speed round. So, are you ready? Excellent. Email or phone call?
Phone call.
Nice. E-calendar or paper calendar?
Paper calendar.
Old-fashioned. Is your inbox zero or chaos?
Chaos.
Tell me about your work soundtrack. Music, podcast. Do you like silence?
I like music and I like silence.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit here and there. And what is your networking go-to move? You've done that a lot, I bet.
Would that be get involved in like the business after hours?
Yes.
Going to the golf tournaments?
Yes.
Trying to catch up with him, follow him around at some of the events he does, which I can't keep up with him. So, and Julie, they both go out there to a lot of events and do a lot of things.
Perfect. Being present. Well, Cider, this has been really great to learn about you as well as Eastern Propane and the benefits that you bring to the community and just to our veterans specifically. That is admirable. It is something that brings a lot of value to this business. And I certainly hope that people have learned something today. So thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you for coming up and finding out about Eastern.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
And keep up the good work at Exeter. Scott recommends them. Full Exeter's the best.
Beautiful, beautiful. And on that note, I want to say thank you again to the host of this quarter, the sponsor, Newburyport Bank Journey Well. We have more opportunities for you to sponsor, and we couldn't do a great program like this without members just like you. So thank you again from Sam and Cider here at Eastern Propane. Have a good day.